Hello everyone and welcome to Friday. Let me start. I usually do this at the end of the vlog, but let me start by saying a special shout out and a thank you to our Patreon producers. It's October. It's October. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. If you'd like to learn more about Patreon, there will be a link on screen now or in the description of every vlog. Mostly getting over the fact that 2021 continues to be the fastest year of my life. Not even close. 2020 went pretty quick. Had some slowdowns, but again, 2021, holy crap. Let's talk about something else. First things first, we beat Luigi's Mansion tonight. It was great. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I feel like I gushed about it when we first started playing it, which was only 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. Didn't take as long to beat the game. Shorter than I remember. I think it's going to be 12 episodes on YouTube. And we're going to get it out next week, actually. So if you missed the streams, that's a shame. But you'll be able to watch it on YouTube really, really soon. So stay tuned for that. We also, since we finished it so quickly this evening, we followed it up with Mario Golf. It was fun. Again, Mao continues to be better at the game than I am. Maybe one day I'll be able to beat her. What I'm going to talk about today is something that you may have noticed. It may have been subconscious if you've watched the vlog over the past 2.5 years. 2.5 years, I think is fair. If you look around this room, one thing that you're not going to see is art. There's no art up anywhere. I mean, for what it's worth, it's kind of a weird room, and I guess maybe you wouldn't put art here unless you put it like up here. But if you walk around our house, you're also not going to see much art. In fact, we didn't have any. I don't know that we had any art up on the wall until like a year ago. We moved in here, I think May 2019. It was right around the time of Runaway Guys Coliseum. And Josh actually was staying with us. We came to look at this place and we signed on it when we were with Josh. So that's how long ago it's been. You know, it was spring 2019. And when we moved in, there was a feeling shortly after we moved in that this was not this was going to be like a stepping stone to the next place. We've always rented. We've never owned. We'd like to own at some point, but this was another rental. And even though it was nice to get into a bigger place, and this was certainly bigger than our last place, and we needed the room for what we do, it was still very much that reality of like, this is not it. There's an element to this place that doesn't feel like home because it was not yet home. And we kind of, whether consciously or subconsciously, internalized that and externalized that by not hanging up art on the walls. And we didn't. And if you were watching the vlog before we moved in here, when we were at our old place, you'll know that we had a lot of art up. In fact, we had like 2 different phases of art at our last place, because when we first moved into the last place, we put up art, and then at some point, a few years in, we decided that we would put up other art. We got different art. We got it framed. We hung it up. We went, we took the time to hang stuff up, and it helps. It makes it feel more like home. But we didn't do that when we moved in here. And there's probably a variety of reasons for that. But again, when we moved in, it just kind of felt like this isn't the final, spot for us. And we just never put anything up. It wasn't until when we went to Japan for the second time, and that was that in 2019? Was that in 2018? God, I don't remember. It was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019. We'd went to Japan. Mao had got a print of a cat that looked very much like Kepler while we were there, and a few months after we had been back, Mao finally got it framed. and we hung it up. And that is in our bedroom. And, we had... That actually might have even been in 2020. I don't know. Maybe it was 2019? I'm not sure. But it took a few... we had lived here for... Not almost a year, but like a while before we finally hung that up. And that was the only piece of art up in the entire house. And then we didn't put the next piece of art up until after Extra Life last year. I'm pretty sure. And that was courtesy of Dan. Ochi Brochi had made this beautiful Extra Life artwork, and Dan reached out to Ochi, got the file, and then had it printed and framed and gave it to us. And there was a really kind sentiment, and I liked the art a lot, and it reminded me of the event that we had done, and I put it up. And that was the second piece of art that we had up. And then in April, I, and I guess Mal also, painted collectively the bizarre train wreck of a painting that now resides in the living room. And that was the third piece of art that we put up. And then finally, in May, I had been given some fan art pieces of Sagan by Mr. Game Boy in a mail video, and this was actually a long time ago. And I'd held on to them, and I hadn't hung them up, and I hung some of them up in May. I put one in the guest bathroom. It's a piece by Hanabi. And I put one up in my bathroom, which was a piece by Wembler. And that's it. That's all of the art in the entire house. Just about. Mao has decorated her studio a little bit more. But aside from that, that's the only art in the entire house. And the reason I'm talking about this now, the reason I'm bringing this up at all, is that recently, over the course of, I guess really the last few months, but especially the last few weeks, anytime people see that artwork in the living room, that really wacky, I think we call it Gygus Wins artwork that me and Mal worked on, I get a comment about it and how much people enjoy seeing it, and that we kept it, and that it's in the living room, and they like that. The thing is, I think it actually means more to me than to anyone else. And it's not the artwork itself, it's the fact that there's artwork. Because the house really hasn't felt ours. It hasn't felt like a home, I think, since we moved in. Because of a variety of reasons. And having artwork up helps. And I know that some of you are going to be like, well, the solution is to hang up artwork, go through and do that. Hang up, and I don't think we're going to. To be completely honest with you, like, we haven't done it up to this point. We lived here now for almost 2.5 years. We've hung up a very small amount of things, and I think we're just itching to get to the next place, wherever that is. And we don't have a timeline for any of that, but, we had space issues even when we moved in here. I was a little bummed to move in here, take this upstairs attic office space, and then have to get new shelving for the games, and not be able to display everything, which was a huge, big like mood killer for me, because that's not how I want to do things. So even though we got more space, it was already, we realized we were already limited. So we've dealt with, the space issues while we've lived here, and like, we're fine with it, but it has definitely affected us in not wanting to put art up. And I guess that might sound strange, but like, I think the view that both Mal and I have of where we live now is just kind of like, it's a stepping stone. It's a halfway point. It's not where we want to be. It's just what we're dealing with until we can move on to the next place. And again, no timeline for that. No idea when that's going to be. No idea where we're going to be. We're just kind of like floating until we get to wherever that is. And we have dealt with that by not putting up art. But I'm grateful for the art we have up. And maybe at some point in a few months' time, there'll be another piece of artwork up on the wall. But everything that we have up right now is special. And I think that's one of the things I do like about the art that we have up. Like, every single individual piece in the house means something and has a lot of emotion behind it, if that makes any sense. And I don't think we'll hang up anything else until we have some level of emotion or attachment or something to it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, this vlog was kind of long and rambly. I apologize for that. But I've been seeing a lot of these comments that talk about the art in the living room. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that, because maybe you haven't even thought about it. You know, if you go back and watch old vlogs and you look at the walls, like, we have art all over the place. We love art. We're both artists. But we just never did it here. And the desire to do it is zero. You know, it's like, we have a ton of art from the old place, like, it's in the guest room. We just never hung it up, and the desire's just not there. And I really sincerely hope that at some point we'll get a place that is ours, that, you know, meets our needs for work and for how we want to do things, because we have so many cool ideas that require certain spaces to do. And I hope that when we finally get to that point and we're happy with the space, that we will feel inspired to put up art and to make the location ours. And until then, we're just gonna, you know, make do here. And there won't be much art. Alright, that's it. Sorry if it was a weird one. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to October. Extra Life is in 3 weeks. October 23rd. Mark your calendar. Take off work. Tell your smartphone. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?